Hello everyone. First of all, I would like to thank our honorable teacher, Sabbir Hasan sir. Thank you sir for giving us this opportunity. Now I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Amena Begum Farha. My ID is 18315111845. My group members are Jeba Tahseen. Her ID is 18315111834. And my another group member is Sherin Tasnim Mukta. Her ID is 171159362. Our presentation topic is parents' life and living. Now I'm going to talk about the term parents' life and living and what it defines. Parents' life and living defines parenting, what is parenting and what it should be. Relationship between parents and children. This relationship has a great impact on parents' life and children's life. This is the most important relationship for a parent and children. Values of empathy that we learn from our parents. This term also define that relationship that we can't ignore. There are many relationship around us, but the most important one is the relation which we have with our parents. This relation we can't ignore, and I think we should not even try to ignore this relationship. Self guardianship that we learn from our parents. Now what is self guardianship? Self guardianship is at a certain point we have to take our own decision. Our parents will guide us, will advise us, but we have to be the leader of ourselves. This is self guardianship that we learn from our parents. Now I'm going to define the term or talk about the term in more details. In what we divided it into three parts: parents, relationship, and parenting. Moving on to the parents. Parents are someone who sacrifices almost everything of their life for us. Even before our birth, they start sacrificing things for us. They sacrifice a lot of things which we can't even count. In them, the little of their time, they sacrifices their time. They sacrifice their career in basically our parents sacrifices their career. Most of the mother sacrifices their career for children. They sacrifices their social life, their personal life. They stop living their personal and social life. Their life is become around us. They also sacrifices their desires. They always try to fulfill our desires instead of them. They also sacrifice the most important thing, which is money. When we are in our great time, career building time, that we need money, and the money given by our parents. They give us all money they have earned in their whole life. uh, the parents love is unconditional. They love us unconditionally. Parents know us better than anyone else. Now moving on to the relationship between parents and children is very important, which I have told before. Parents have the most complete understanding of child physical, social development, and family history. They know their child very very well. They know them mentally as well. They know which is right for them and which is wrong for them. And in this relation, there is equal distribution of parents and children has same equal responsibility towards this relationship. Children should understand parents empathic bondage by extracting from past, bearing present, and exploring future by involving them directly. Children should involve their parents in their life. There is another base on this relation, which is teaching base. This relation is also in teaching base. What parents will teach their children, the children that children will learn. Moving on to the parenting. Parenting is a mixture of emotion, love, laughter, discipline, advice, patience, joy, struggle, pain, responsibility, choices, decision. Is this all terms is in parenting. A parent should be a mentor. A parent should not be a dictator who will force their children to do something. They will be ideal for them. They should have the values that a adult should have, and then the children will follow them and they will be a good person. They should be a friend. A parent should be a best friend to their children. Otherwise they won't know them well. Teaching them self guardianship. They should teach them how they should bossing themselves. They should not force to do something that they want to do, but they should teach them how they should learn their own decision, how they should take their own decision. Teaching the values of empathy, the most basic responsibility of a parent is teaching their children the values of empathy. Now I'm going to talk about why necessary. Parents and children's relation is always necessary, but this is necessary for the children. Parents, because parents are the only adult in the educational process who have been the and will continue to be deeply involved throughout their career. In their career, no one will as helpful as parents. They bring their years experience in their profession and aspect of life to the process. Then they have lots of experience which they give to their parents and children to make them better person. They should this is necessary to achieve a capability to practice bossing on him or her confidently for cheering individual dream where parents will be happy to feel confident too. It is necessary to create an emotional and professional bridge between parents and their sons or daughters. Uh, so that's all about my part. I will like to call Jeba Hasan to continue the presentation.
Assalamu alaikum. At first, thank you, Amna Farha. I am Jeba Tasnim. The topic of today: how we can get this. In order to brief this, brief me, we divided into 5 parts. So, without any further delay, now I am going to talk about involve. We should involve our parents in our every part of life, every situation that we can handle. We can't ignore in living in this beautiful world without our parents. Our parents know their children well than anyone. The importance of parent in our life is depending and our thinking. They play an vital and biggest role in our career development. Father and mother plays an important role in our mental, physical, social, career, financial, and other development. They help us in every step of our life. They help us to making a good career and also help us to getting well educated and well respected in our society. They do sacrifices and reduce their own living cost for their future and the child for the child future. Taking decision and good communication, taking decision when sometimes bad happen or we do wrong. They scold us, but they supported us in in difficulties time in our life. Whatever the situation or whatever the problems that we are facing in our life, career, and the job life, they try to motivate and inspire us by their own example, to make tough into a good one. They try to make a good and a wise decision to improve the tough situation. Now I am going to move the next on. Remember, we should always remember parents are the real leader of our life. They never show off this and they never dominated our feelings. They judge what is actually good in our life and what is actually bad or it's not right. They That's why when the others world and some people leave us this time, our parent only one person who supported us each and every step in our life. Parents are living for us, and they the real God and the first teacher in our life. They know everything about us and know how to like and love of our life. They sacrifices for us, and they do everything for our betterment. Always think about before them. Next slide is improve parenting. We should improve parenting style. We should be a good advisor and create a emotional and professional space. We should listen to our kid and try to avoid too many distance and make it priority to know what our children thinking and hoping and want to tell about us. Give our child a complete attention and good eye contact. And the another part is strict to our rules. Be a good role model and control emotion. Be flexible and friendly also. Show lots of love is the most important thing. We should support them to explore themselves. The next slide, please. Stop blaming. We should stop blaming of our parents for every failure in our life, because because if you are blaming your parents for the bad things then happen, then you must have to blame them for the good things that left for you. Parents have good and bad side also, but you should always remember the good side, because they sacrifices everything just because of you. The next slide is sympathy and empathy. Sympathy. You should love our parents. We should love our parents. So we are busy to growing now, but but we often forget that they are also growing old. Sympathy and empathy, both combination make a relationship well. Because empathy is the empathy is the understanding, and sympathy is the feeling sharing. Now my next slide is our real life example. In our real life we can show two type of example, parent or child. In a real life example of parents, a life of a bird give us a best example. And in our real life always show this always show this example. A mother bird gave birth a child. When it's born, it doesn't know how to eat, how to survive, how to protect itself, but mother bird give take care and give the right guidance. That's why at the time of maturity it allowed to fly. After allowed to fly, this mother bird can give them it can give it proper freedom. And it's our real life example. So that's all. Now I am going to tell my next presenter. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeba. Now I'm talk about the real life example. In this world, we have to in this world we have to most intermediate relationship with our parents. Parents makes it from small to big. We learn everything from our mother and dad keep us the safe all the time. So parents do not want any danger to harm their children. The children who lives so much and rise and they can never find as a time for all the time. The parents who work hard to raise their children a big has to better life and fulfill their all hobbies and hobbies and want to keep their best possibility rise the place. And when I grow up, I forget those my parents, whose parents lived at the oldest oldest home, and thinking is about the unnecessary thing in their old age. At the time, we could not fulfill our responsibility when we necessary. So I want to share a story. I want to share a story I saw with my own eyes. This story is my neighbor story. My neighbor is a husband and wife. Both are doctor. Both are doctor. His name Mr. X. Mr. X family is low income family. Russell's father has a low income job. Low income job. In this cases, this only one son. He got a chance in medical. So when Russell's fathers and mothers thinking about his future. So the boy Rice's parents dedicated to teach him in medical. But with no more money to pay for medical admission fee. So Russell's mother sold her own jewelry and pay the own jewelry and pay the medical admission fee. After a few days ago, she sold her own house. After completing their education, her son is one of the best doctor in our city. But within a few days, he become owner of lots of money. For various reason, he does not does not want to be a doesn't want to be with his parents. Stay here. At the point, Russell decide would not keep his parents with him. So Russell tried to the best get his parents out of his house, and Russell's and his wife convincing them to parents left house and who will stay in old age home. Next slide, please. Summary. The relationship of the parents and summary is the overview. The relationship of the parents and the children will be is very friendly with the parents, and the parents help the children to the develop. Parents are also have a lot of responsibility to their parents and also children. A children learn something good from his family, and a children learn something bad from his family. So, so family is very important. Next, after all, parents have to fulfill their responsibility, and children have to do all the responsibility. The most of the important thing is the children first get education from his family. The education is a big issue for his development in your life and all life. Thank you so much.